Hey you guys, in today's video, I've got 10 easy to learn verbs that are really fun to use and will make you sound less textbookish and more native. Давайте начнем. Всем привет, меня зовут Jared, и я делаю русский язык легким. Before I get into the verbs, I want to give a quick shout out to one of my followers. That's Ian. Ian, I just want to say thanks for all your feedback and your help. It's much appreciated. All right, let's get into the words. Okay, the first word is обду мывать. Обду мывать. And it's to consider or to think a little bit more deeply rather than just, I was thinking about it, but you actually had to weigh some options. I like to translate it in that you're considering something. Like you're considering whether to buy a cat or a dog. What's the pros and cons? I got to think about that a little bit. The next verb, and I love this verb in Russian because it's unique, we don't have it in English, is умéть. And it means to have the ability to or to be able to. In English, we would usually say know how or be able to. For example, to cook pelmeni. I don't know how to do that. In Russian, I would say я не умею готовить пельмени. I don't know how to make pelmeni. And if you guys don't know what pelmeni are, you are missing out. They are so good. They're just kind of like you see here. They're these little pastries with meat in them. They have another thing called vareniki, which are also awesome. And those come with like potatoes or kapusta, cabbage, or sometimes they'll put cherries in them for dessert. So good. Шепчу. Okay, let's go down to the next one. Шептáть, to whisper. Шептáть. Just like that verb for some reason. I don't know why. Шептáть, to whisper. All right, and the next word is kind of related to that. It's подслушать. It's to overhear or to eavesdrop. Подслушать. Шептáть. I've given this one in a previous video, but I know you guys don't catch them all, so I'm giving it to you again. It's шептáть. The root verb here you probably recognize, читать, to read. If you add the C on the front of it, like to count, right? We say count in Russian with the C. You put the C on the beginning of this word, and it means to count. It's an easy way of remembering it. But there's another meaning for it as well. It can also mean like think, or my opinion is, or I think it's this way. It can be, it's an informal way of expressing your opinion. Я считаю, что синий самый красивый цвет. You can say that, I think that blue is the prettiest color. Я считаю. And you hear it all the time over there. And when you use it, again, you sound a little less textbookish and a little more native. Считать, meaning to count, or I think, or it's my opinion. Подарить. This is another verb that I really like because they have it in Russian and we don't really have it in English. We have to use a few extra words to say it, but it's подарить. The root is подарок, which means present, like as a gift that you would give to someone. So подарить is to give something as a gift. Not just to give, but to give as a gift. Подарить. Мешать. So мешать means to interfere or to get in the way or to prevent something. Собака мешает ей работать. The dog is preventing her from working. And keep in mind that this verb takes the dative case. If you don't know what that means, don't worry, but subscribe to the channel because we will be talking about the dative case here in the future. Okay, this is a cool word because it has three different meanings. Бросать. Literally, it means to throw. Okay, бросать, to throw a ball, to throw a stick, something like that. But they also use it when they want to say quit, like I'm quitting smoking. We would say I'm going to quit smoking. They would say я бросил курить. I quit smoking. Okay, you throw smoking. And the other thing I think is kind of funny about this, but this is how they say it, is when you break up with someone, you throw them out. Literally, you know how in English we say I threw him out. It's kind of a funny way of saying I got rid of him. Well, in Russian, that's kind of how they say it. I think it's kind of funny. Она бросила его. She threw him, meaning that's the literal translation, but it really means, she broke up with him. Okay, so that verb has the three meanings: to throw, to quit, and to break up. I think that's cool. You guys, if you're liking this video, smash that like button. Thanks. Попадать, or попасть, is how I usually hear the verb. And that means to hit your target, to get there, to make it. You'll hear it a lot. Well, you don't hear so much because we have cell phones now. People don't misdial the numbers. But before that, when I was over there, no one had cell phones. And so when you misdial a number, they'd say, вы туда не попали. So they put it in the past tense, and that means you to there didn't make it. We say you dialed the wrong number. They just say you didn't hit your target. Вы туда не попали. You can also say нам куда попали. You know, where are we, or how did we get here, sort of thing. Where are we? How did we end up in this place? All right, this next one is davat, which is davai. You hear that all the time, right? But that's the imperfective is davat. And the perfective form, which is what I'm going to talk about here, is dat. And it means to give, okay? Conjugates a little differently. So the ya form is я дам, means I will give. But in Russian, if you say я дам тебе, means I'm going to give it to you, right? You kind of get that. It's kind of like a little threat.
Oops.
And the bonus word that I'm going to give you here, if you want, there's technically 11, the title said 10, but whatever, is получиться. And that means to receive. And so if you say ты получишь, that's the future tense, and it means you're going to get it, or you're going to receive. All right, you guys, I hope those were fun for you. If you want to learn how to conjugate verbs, check out this video right here, and be sure and subscribe to the channel so you get my future updates. Ну хорошо, тогда это все. Спасибо и увидимся.